In this video, I'm going to be presenting my 2016 Tech Fair project. My name is Jackie Wright, and I'm a 6th grader at Hillsman Middle School. The category of my project is 3D modeling, and I used a program called TinkerCad. My teacher's name is Miss Gonzalez, or Leslie Gonzalez. Here's my project. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my project. So, hopefully, as you can see, there's 3 planes and a dogfight. They're above a town, and they're clouds. So, the reason I chose to do this was because I really like airplanes in the sky, and I thought it would be fun. So, here's some shots of my project. So the program I used is called TinkerCad, and it's used for people to 3D model things, basically whatever they want, and then you can print them. So that's the website I used. And the purpose of my project is mostly for fun, and it's used to model a dogfight. So next I'll show you how I did it. Okay, in this piece of the video, I'm going to show you how I made the cloud. So, I used a sphere to start with, but then I changed it a lot. So I made it longer and a little thicker. And then I changed the colors. Then I copied and pasted a few times so there would be sort of chunks of the cloud. So Control C, Control V. And I did that a lot of times and changed the color a little bit. That. I'm just gonna go with that color for now. There. So that's basically what my clouds look like. Then I selected the whole thing and then grouped it, made it multicolored, and then I could make it thicker and change it all I want. So I had this one cloud, and then I copied and pasted another one and changed it a little bit, and then I had my 2 clouds. So that's how I did the clouds. Okay, in this piece of the video, I'm going to demonstrate how I made the ground. So I decided to make it look really hilly and green because that was the easiest way I thought I could do it. So I started by using half spheres, which you can see on all of the green hills. So I took a half sphere and spread it out and made it flatter. Then I changed it to green, and I copied and pasted a lot of times. So Control C and Control V. Then I moved them around so they would look a little more natural. I'm going to do a couple more. And then I held down the Shift key while I selected each of them so that I could make this all one piece. And now I can just move it around. And so, as you can see, I also have 2 churches, some houses, and a sports dome. So now I'll show you how I did that. So first, the sports dome. I just did another half sphere and made it gray. That was basically it. So then for the houses, I used the roof shape, and I chose to make them red roofs, and I copied them and pasted, and then put them in a formation that sort of looks like they're in a neighborhood surrounding a road. Okay, so for the churches, I used the pyramid shape mostly, but for this one, I also used the roof shape again. So I'll move it back here. I did this part, and then I used pyramid shape. I had to make it smaller so it could fit inside of the roof, sort of. And then I just made it taller. Like that. And then I made both of them the same color. And then for the other church, I just did the same thing without the roof shape. And made it gray. So that's how I made the ground look sort of like a town. And in the next piece of the video, I'll be showing how I made the planes. In this segment of the video, I'm going to demonstrate how I designed the planes. I started with a sphere, but then I made it longer, like this. And so this is the body of the plane. Next, I made the cockpit. I used the round roof shape and overlapped it with the rest of the plane, like this. This part was kind of hard. Okay. So after that, I made the wing. So for the wing, I used a cylinder, so I would still have an airfoil shape. So first I turned it 90 degrees, and then I turned it this way 90 degrees, and then I changed the shape a lot. I made it thinner, like this, and then I raised it up so that it sort of crossed with the cockpit. Like that. Then for the wing, I also added bombs. So for that, I used this shape. I made it as flat as I could and changed the shape a little bit. Then I changed the angle 90 degrees, and then put it on the wing like this. So then I copied this shape, so Control C, Control V, like that. And I made 4 of those. Like this. And one more. There. So then I made the vertical stabilizer and the elevator. So I used another cylinder, another 2 cylinders actually. I changed the angle 90 degrees again, and then flattened it out and made the shape a little longer, like this. Then for the vertical stabilizer, I actually could copy this and then just change the angle more. Like that. So after that, I grouped everything by holding Shift and selecting each of the pieces. First I'm going to move this wing and cockpit because they're a little too far up. So after that, I selected the rest of it and clicked group. And I had to make it multicolored so I could keep the colors that I had. Then I had a plane, and I could do basically anything with it I wanted, but the most important thing I did was copy and paste so I could have more than one plane in the dogfight. So like that. And the last thing, for the propellers, I used cylinders, and I changed the shape to about here and made it as thin as possible and turned it into a hole. So that's not how you would actually do it if you were printing, but that's how I did it to give the illusion that it was spinning. So yeah. And there's a plane. This project gave me my first opportunity to use a 3D modeling program. I thought it was really cool and I enjoyed it a lot. I'll probably use this program a lot more in the future. So I hope you liked my project too.